So this is raw material coming from Japan.
From Chesapeake to the world, USUI International takes advantage of our local ports to provide their high-quality product to customers all over the globe. What exactly do they make? Let's find out.
We have plants like this plant in China. We have plants like this in Thailand, and these in Japan, of course. But these plants are basically the same replication throughout the world. So the product itself, the raw material tube, is controlled and made entirely at our mother company in Japan, then shipped to these separate assembly locations. So obviously we are the plant for the US. We also supply a lot to Germany, to Mexico, to France, and all over Brazil. So it's become quite an operation here in Virginia. These tubes now are going on engines that the fluid is at such a high pressure that if one of these tubes were to break and you happen to be standing there and it's sprayed on your arm, the spray would cut your arm.
Oh my gosh.
So it's incredible the amount of pressure inside each tube.
Why you have to have it so thick?
Right, right. We always have to remember these are safety related items. They're carrying fuel. They go in school buses, they go in cars, they go in automobiles, they go in trucks, carrying people, carrying human beings, so we have to always make sure and err on the side of safety. They're safety-related items. So. These are actually double wall. So this is an outside tube. There's also an inside tube. So they actually put a safety sleeve around the whole tube itself, so that if our tube ever did break on the inside, it would leak into the outer tube and never get onto the engine and cause fire. So you got to bend them together as two tubes. So we do this straight, and then we bend them into these shapes.
Okay, I got my super cool booties on. I got my ear protection and my eye protection because there's a lot going on in there. We want to keep it clean and we want to keep ourselves safe. So we're ready to go.
What we do in this area, we pretty much cut material, cut it to the length that the customer required to be cut. We chamfer it, and once we chamfer it, it's chamfered to a certain amount of material that needs to be chamfered off. Then from one stage to the next stage. So we inform it. We put the nuts, the sleeves, and all of this stuff on it. Once we move from the chamfer, we have a couple of ladies and gentlemen sometimes checking the material, making sure that we don't have any scratches, any discoloration, any problems that might cause a leak.
So we spend an inordinate amount of time looking at the end of the tube, you can tell, because that's where the connection is to either the injector or the common rail in there. Okay. And any scratch, big scratch, could be a leak. This, we're checking the inside diameter of the tube.
Oh, wow.
So you can see that's the tube.
So there really is no room for error.
No room for error. No room. Then we have somebody to final inspect to make sure that we put the right part numbers on it. And it's etched. Once this etched, it has a nut. And the nut has the number that's already with a barcode, a 3D barcode on it. And this is to ensure that we make sure we send the right part numbers to the customer and make sure that they know that they have the right part. What he's doing, he's putting a little oil through the lines, making sure that keep it from getting rust on the inside.
Okay.
This a type of oil that they use for the, keep the lines clean on the inside and to make sure that no more rust, make sure no rust, gets inside the line.
All right, what's next?
The next thing, once he finished with these, he bring it over here. It's the last of the process right here for us. But what we have to do on that side. We band it up, we wrap it up. Okay. Then the next step, it goes over to them. They come over here, they pick it up from the window, and they take it to their machine.
All right, so next up we're going into the clean room, which as you can clearly tell by its name, we have to keep clean because these things are made to such specific details that any little thing can mess them up. So you can see I'm sporting my real hot hairnet, because I can work it. And I'm gonna put this jacket on to keep anything from my clothes from getting in the way. I still got my cool little booties on, so we're ready to go in the clean room now, keeping it clean.
I think we'll all fit.
Whoa. Air shower.
Stops on the engine if any problem.
It's gotta be perfect. Vice President Bill Atterbury tells us that this block replicates the engine that the pieces will be used with. They are bent to the exact shapes needed to make the engine work and to ensure production goes smoothly.
Our customers build engines at a rate of 40 seconds a piece or something. So they have to take them out of the box, put them on the engine, and then the engine will move. So if they have any problem fitting, their assembly line shuts down. So that's why we do a double check, if you will.
After we receive the parts from the 4X, we are the one bending them. We're making sure that they have the right etching on the nut. And then after the bending, we're making sure that we are inspecting every one of the line, 100%. For scratches, discoloration, and the part number, make sure it's correct. And then after that, we fit checking them, and then put it in the bin, make a barcode for 60, and then transfer to the flasher.
I think this kind of shows the diversity of products we have here. These are the diesel fuel lines that go in large vehicles, generator sets, huge generator sets, go in huge yachts, boats, things like that. And these are the ones with the double wall, so they have a second layer of safety built in. So there's a tube within a tube.
Now, is each employee trained for one specific thing, or will they, bounce around from machine to machine?
Well, certainly we have people that come in every day and they generally work in the same area, but since the process is similar, they can move around, and we do move them around to different areas.
Okay.
So.
When you say flushing, are we talking water or air?
We're talking oil.
Oil, oh.
Yes. What we do is we try to remove all the particles that are stuck inside of the lines that we flush. And once they are flushed, and what we do is we bring them over to our crimping gentleman over here. We place each line periodically on the racks, and each one of them are assembled. We try to do a production number of about 400 or so on a daily basis.
Wow.
And we ship out roughly about 4,000, 5,000 a week. They're already bent over there, and we'll assemble them. We'll assemble them here, check, torque, and inspect it over here by the next one.
So we have many different customers, some of the leading names, obviously General Motors, Ford, Cummins, John Deere. We have a long list of customers. Those particular customers may have plants not only in the U.S., but also in Europe or in South America, Mexico. So.
Well, there are tons of really smart machines in this place. It really is the people who make a difference in this company. That's why every single piece that leaves this building is absolutely perfect. For whatever works, I'm Elizabeth Bond.